Hi, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News. With the launch date looming, Disneyland Paris prepares for the opening of Avengers Campus.
Both parks are at capacity this weekend with signs in Fantasia Gardens stating parks full.
Rendezvous Gourmand is now in full swing in Walt Disney Studio Park.
A new merchandise line entitled Remix featuring retro 1992 inspired designs will launch June 7th. Photo 1.
I knew you were going to do that. I had a sense of nonsense going around it, and what I thought you were going to do was remix or something.
Waka remix. Lucy told me not to read out the words photo 1. And I don't know if you noticed there's a twinkle in my eye before the show when you told me.
I feel there's mischief in the air.
Yeah, there's malarkey. Joe Biden would say.
Oh, that's a good word. If there's one thing I'm grateful to Joe Biden for, it's bringing back the word malarkey. We all need more malarkey in our life, yes. I feel. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
There's a clutch of you in the chat today.
That's nice.
Isn't there? And we're back from Florida, and do you know what? I'm really glad to be back because I've missed this.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I missed this. This is good. I missed you guys.
3 weeks
I know.
since we were all together.
Although we did chat since we've been all together.
Yeah.
We did chat with some of those guys last week, though, Chris.
We chatted with me as
You
well.
were there as well. Yeah, you were there as well.
Was.
Yeah.
Live from the Polynesian. Oh.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I think our kids did really, really well over the last couple of weeks.
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm. They did.
Yeah,
Lucas was super.
That's the best he's done, I think. I was
yes,
really pleased
he
with
was. He was sparking. He was sparking.
Bonnie, like she can perform in shows and things, but then if you ask her to do something, she's a bit like me. Like she won't sort of often just turn it on. And when she was on our show last week, I don't think she knew how many people were watching, so she was fine.
Well,
yeah.
I was thinking because we always have this thing, don't we, where. When it's one of them on, people start to ask questions in the chat and they want to answer them, but when they get asked the question, they then have to think about it, and there's this whole kind of moment. And I spent quite a bit of the show telling Lucas how to answer questions. Did you see that bit?
Yeah.
Well, Bonnie spent a lot of time with me going, I want to say something.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
I want to say something.
My turn.
And I go, yes. Right, fine. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Right, are we doing
roll call?
Yeah,
Really
roll call.
Oh, I should have got the new thing.
I got it out.
Who are they? Oh, it's here.
Oh,
All aboard!
I like it.
It's a Minnie and Mickey Runaway Railway train whistle. Still got the tags on it from the outlet shop. I've found that if you cover 2 of these holes up, it sounds better. Yeah, see?
Nothing.
It was $8. Anyway, so we got in the
ripped
chat.
off.
We got loads of people. The Dunn family was first, and they were keen to point that out.
I know Anne said she was not going to be chatting because she was getting ready to drive, and I just want to say it's next left, Anne. Anne, next left. Next left, Anne. You've missed it.
I really hope she hasn't had an accident now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That might have really stressed out Anne.
Wow.
Sam's not feeling too well, so I hope you feel better, Sam. So I think she's gone by now, but I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
We've got Claire, got Kerry, Andrew, Daisy, Mike, Pauline, Lauren, John, Faye, Magical by Sarah, Charlotte, Kiva, Caitlin, Aaron, Ginger Fox, Bob, Susie. I think that's it.
You're getting very high pitched there, you.
Thank you.
Susie says I need to turn my mic down or get further away from it.
Yeah, you are clipping quite a bit. It's okay.
Oh,
Don't mess with the distance also.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe I just need to turn myself down.
Yeah.
Is that general?
You do
life?
clip quite a lot on here, but I generally sort it out as we go along.
Okay.
What's this about?
Just excited. It's exciting.
It is
isn't
exciting.
I saw someone say orange bird in the chat. I'm sure.
It's my ears.
Oh,
Someone said
yeah.
I'm wearing my orange bird
Orange bird ears.
They're not actually orange bird ears. They match my orange bird dress because they're navy blue and orange, but they're actually Norway ears from the Norway Pavilion.
But I'm wearing an orange bird shirt.
Yes.
I wish I'd have looked a bit more carefully because the pattern around the buttons repeats too soon after the buttons.
Oh, so you might have tried to find a different one that didn't.
Yeah,
repeat
so
the
there's a
same
bit
way.
of like a step there where I'd prefer the repeat to be further apart.
I get that.
He would have gone through the rack and.
This is why I don't like online shopping. Like, you know, the Disney store's all online now, and I've said before a couple of times that I like to choose the best one on the rack. I failed in this case because I didn't choose the best one on the rack. But this is one of the reasons why, because, you know, in fact, this replaced one that had like a thread hanging down. So, you know, it had that going for it.
It's a good story.
Thank you.
Hugh, I
Tell
think
us more.
our friend needs a drink.
Yes.
Ooh.
Chris, we've got you a special drink.
Do I need to press the button?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, ole, it's showtime. All together. In your tiki 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 cup. In your tiki 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 cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage. I'll drink it up from your tiki 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 cup. So when we were supposed to go 2 years ago, I had a reminder. It was a very sad reminder in my phone saying Galaxy's Edge Coke bottle for Chris. So we got you one of the Coke grenades. We didn't bring it back full, so we've had to restock it.
You've restocked it.
But that's been freshly restocked, so it's fizzy now. So
It's
I recommend.
cold.
Yeah, and it's
And,
been
yeah,
in
it's
the
been in the
fridge.
Ooh.
So yeah, we got you the hand grenade Galaxy's Edge
They're
bottles.
ace, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're even better in real life.
it's just
Yeah.
just a nice little weird
Yeah,
thing,
really
aren't they?
cool, yeah. I like the lid. Thank you very much.
It's all right.
Very welcome.
We also got you a pin from the Mexican pavilion with the three gay caballeros. They say they are birds of a feather.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Thank you very much.
It's all right. I think that's it for now.
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh well, since we're on the subject, we got these for your sons.
Or you, depending if you feel like telling them.
You know, and if Laura wants some too, she can certainly enjoy some sugar. They are sugar-free gummy sweets. These ones aren't sugar-free. The Mickey ones. Yeah,
Ooh.
there you go.
Well, thank you very much.
We couldn't find you any
From
nice
the boys.
books though, could we? There were no nice books.
No.
No. Oh, well.
I got myself
Oh,
one you can borrow after.
Susie, Susie, I've got your things
That's all.
too. I got Susie's things. Susie tasked me with picking up a couple of things, and I found them. Wow! Eventually, one of them was a pin, and it was very hard to find. Yeah,
Yay! Right. I know.
we are putting together a haul video.
We've put it together. We've uploaded it.
Have we?
It's up already, yeah.
It's smashing it.
Is it?
Susie was halfway through it when she came on to watch the live show.
Do you want to know when I put that together? At 3:30 this morning, when jet lag had kicked in, Bonnie couldn't sleep. She'd come into our room crying. She had to come between us. She then kicked me out of bed.
We
I
thought-
was wide awake, so I sat cross-legged on the floor next to the bed and edited the haul video instead.
Oh,
We
bless
we
you.
thought we had it solved because the first day back, you know, we just were napping and things. Then we went to bed, and then we all slept like. Lucy slept for 12 hours, I slept for 11, and Bonnie slept for 14. And we thought, right, that'll be fine now. We just have to go to bed. And at night time, none of us could sleep then.
Yeah, that's
And
the
then
thing.
Bonnie,
Like,
and then
ding.
Bonnie got upset, and she had to come into our room, and it was a disaster. So I think today we finally got it sorted. Unless she comes downstairs in a few minutes crying.
Is she back to school tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm back to work. I mean, that's what is this? What is this nonsense? I'm back to work
But-
already.
Mondays you work from home, so you're broken in softly.
Yeah.
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 Right. Do you know what? I have a feeling that we could or would end up talking about our Walt Disney World trip quite a lot today. However, there is a bucket full of news.
Yeah, there is.
So I'm going to be strict.
I
and
wanted
say-
a trip report from Chris because he went to Gulliver's Valley.
No, I'm going to be strict until the end of the stream. And if there's any time left, we'll take Q&A. We'll have a chat about whatever you want us to chat about. But we've got stuff to get through. And I'm going to start with, on Thursday, both parks were at capacity.
What?
There was, well, in the sense that there were signs outside saying the parks are full unless you have except with ticket and reservation, and and was underlined. So, I mean, they don't sell many undated tickets anymore since this has come in. So anyone who's sort of staying on site had got a dated ticket, had got an annual pass with a reservation. I think people were getting to the gates and then thinking it meant that they couldn't go in. They could go in. But I find this so interesting because it was not a French or a Spanish holiday Granted, it was the extended weekend for the British Jubilee,
Mm-hmm.
but UK visitors do not make up the proportions that you think they do. They'll cause a spike on a day like that, but... And also, Disneyland Paris, it doesn't, prior to COVID, hit capacity to where the gates are closed that often.
Is it back up to full capacity though?
This is the question. This is what I wanted to debate now. I believe it's up to the capacity that it has capacity.
At the moment,
if that makes
current
sense.
capacity.
I don't think they're reducing capacity because of COVID anymore. However, they still have staffing issues. They still have certain ride closures and things like that. And this is what I'm thinking must be going on, because in Disneyland, California, it will hit capacity at like 10 a.m. on Christmas Day because people like to go for Christmas Day, and that's standard. They'll just start turning you away. Similar in Walt Disney World in the Magic Kingdom, but the other 3 parks probably won't. Epcot might. And then maybe on something like Thanksgiving over there, I don't know that I've heard of Disneyland Paris doing that, unless again it is Christmas Day or something, but it would be an unusual thing. So on a random Thursday in the beginning of June, Jubilee or no Jubilee, for them to be turning visitors away, and it did say that was Thursday and Friday. I haven't found out that it was Saturday or Sunday, so I'm presuming it wasn't. But isn't that strange?
Well, yes, it is, but not to talk about the fact that I've been to Gulliver's Valley this week, but I went there on Thursday, and they did not have enough staff to cope with the number of people that went. We've heard about all kinds of problems with airlines this last week as well, people travelling abroad and ending up with flights being cancelled and all sorts. Eurostar's been chaotic. It seems to have just been a very busy week for travel, so possibly it is down to the Brits.
Although we had no problem getting back or getting to Florida, did we? It
there
was
you go.
breezed through.
Yeah.
Just been a funny week, and Thursday must have just been a funny day.
Yeah, one of those days.
The thing is, because of the park reservation system, I can understand Gulliver's making a boo-boo with staffing and just not realising on a Thursday that people would go. But with the park reservation system, the reason that apparently that they're keeping that in is because it helps them with staffing and projecting numbers and things. And I don't know. It just seems very, very strange to me. I also then picked up my phone on Thursday and had a look at wait times, and they were very normal. You know, they were very, I mean, granted, Big Thunder Mountain will have, I think I screenshot it actually because I thought we'll talk about this on the show. It's a few days since.
Sam says when they were there 2 weeks ago, they had the full capacity signs up every day except one.
Wow.
And it was crazy busy. I also, just while we're in the chat, I want to say hello to Aaron's dog.
Yeah, what's your dog called, Aaron?
Who keeps nuzzling and
We'll
staring
do some
at the
dog
phone.
bothering.
But yeah, can we just say...
Oh, it was on the other phone.
They'll know what I mean.
I did screenshot the wait times, but it was on the other phone. I didn't realise they'd been doing full capacity regularly. I'd just seen it on Twitter.
Sam's done us a trip report actually, so we'll probably I'll probably do that next week.
But in that case, if they're not actually at full capacity, are they throwing away money? Are they actually being responsible now and going, we don't want this to get busier than it is? Because, I don't know, full capacity is crazy, basically. It's not been able to move.
Do you know what I found, though? When it is busy, when it's very busy, there's so much to look at that you almost... Sometimes you don't notice. You know, you're just walking around. I mean, you're going to notice if the queues are longer and there's long queues for restaurants and things. But just generally walking around, sometimes, unless you stop and go, oh, look, it is busy. I'm too busy looking at the sites to actually really pay too much attention to the crowds in front of me.
And if
Do you know
there's,
what I mean?
unless there's someone physically in your way, it's just people around you.
Yeah. John said he went a month ago and it was so busy. Seemed to remember Cars road trip being a 30-minute wait.
Whoa, well, that's why you can get a fast pass for it.
Yeah.
That's the litmus test. Is
Premier access.
if Route 66 is 30 minutes wait, then it's busy.
Right. Well, I honestly thought when I saw that on Twitter, I was like, what? But if this is happening regularly, it must be something to do with limiting capacity and the reservation system. It must be. Because just one more thing, because I've seen pictures of the American parks when they've closed the gates prior to COVID at full capacity, and you are talking penguins shuffling.
Just behind the gates, it's just...
Yeah.
a block of people.
It's like
Swarming.
a Tokyo tube station kind of busy on Main Street, you know, so...
Aaron's dog is called Ezra. Hello, Ezra. Hello. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Is it time for walkies? Is it? Walkies? Yeah. Come on, then. There you go. That's how I talk to dogs.
You've just ruined Aaron's evening.
Yeah, sorry, Aaron.
Oh, Susie. She's just said we were planning to go for a little DLP trip in November, but I've decided to do the adult thing and instead use the money to pass my driving test. How dull and sensible. Well, Susie, you can celebrate passing your driving test by driving on the Euro tunnel and going to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
That's what I say about that.
I forgot to show my Spike the Bee cup during the Tiki Cup section.
Spike the Bee.
I've been waiting 3 years for this. And I kind of yelped at the people that gave it to me. I said, I've been waiting 3 years for this. And I went, 3 years? Wow. And then I went, 3 years! And they took a step back.
If anyone wants to
to
smile for approximately 4 minutes, go on Hugh's YouTube channel and look up CDB. Like the letter C, the letter D, the letter B. CDB.
It's only a couple of minutes long.
It's lovely.
CDB.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, by the guy who wrote Shrek.
Aaron says we're lucky because they are just about to go out for walkies.
All right.
Right, let's move on. So, Rendezvous Gourmand is now in full swing at Walt Disney Studios Park. This is good because we need more quick service dining options that are open. And if they're going to do a food festival, they're going to open the stalls, which is good.
You shared a funny thing. There's a post. Someone did a post. It was an arrow saying "eat," and it was pointing to a bricked off doorway, and it was saying like Disneyland Paris after 5 p.m. And people were laughing. One person was getting a bit defensive and saying, "Well, you know, there's plenty of options. You need to do more research." It's just a bit of a joke, really. But generally speaking, like they were saying, there are some choices available. It's like, well, some choices isn't brilliant, is it?
No.
When you go to Colonel Hattie's and, for like...
At 4:30.
Yeah, and they say it's shut and you're like, what?
And then the options they have got really long queues because there's only 2 things open. Some people are arguing, well, just go into the village. You don't leave the park to get a bite and then to come back. I mean, it's just far enough for it to be a bit of an inconvenience, is that?
Yep, agreed.
Anyway. What were you saying about them?
I've got some menus. I know you guys.
You love a menu.
You love menus.
We do love a menu.
Right. This particular food festival is the one that goes regional. So we've got a few European countries. No UK booth, I may add. They obviously...
No fish and chips?
They're not a fan of Melton Mowbray pies.
Ah, well, there is.
Are they?
What would they have in it? It would be fish and chips, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think the humble pork pie needs to travel around the world a bit more. We always get fish and chips because people can cope with it, but you need to get pork pies. That's what I think.
A Lancashire hot pot.
Is that a national dish
Cornish
now,
pasties.
like a
Yorkshire pudding?
Tikka masala?
Yeah, because that was invented in Wales.
Let's just do that.
Tikka masala in a Yorkshire pudding.
Anyway.
Yes. So, in the Greek booth, they've got gyros. What's gyros, Chris? Gyros. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. It's flatbread with chicken that's usually chicken anyway. With I can't remember what the sauce is called now.
White kebab sauce.
I thought it was
not that.
I thought it was gyros.
I think I would say white kebab sauce as it's listed there is probably going to be tzatziki.
Okay.
I would think.
So it's like poultry, lettuce, tomato,
Garlic
onion,
mayo.
and white kebab sauce.
That'll
6
be really
years.
good.
Okay. Moussaka, Greek salad, pita bread with
Tzatziki.
tzatziki. Thank you. And grapes.
Grapes. Seeded or seedless?
For €3.
Yeah, for €3. You can have grapes. So that's at the Greek booth.
Okay.
This is going to make me hungry. The Spanish booth. I have recently become a paella convert. It's now like if we go to a tapas restaurant or something, instead of getting your little dishes and your chicken legs, I'm like, just bring me the paella. So
Huevos rancheros.
they've got a paella that is chicken, squid, shrimp, mussels and chorizo. I would be having that. Hugh would not. They've got a gazpacho soup, which is tomatoes, cucumbers and peppers. Might have that.
Reminds me of Red Dwarf.
A plain churro or a, drum roll please, Nutella churro.
Oh, we love Nutella.
I'm not sure
We haven't had
Nutella's
Nutella for a
Spanish.
while.
That's true.
Nutella's European, isn't it?
Yeah. The Gourmand Vegan. the vegan booth, has got assorted falafels.
Sorted falafel.
I just like
Because if
saying
there's
that.
one thing you want with
Assorted falafels.
it's a variety.
Yeah. I'm not keen on that.
What falafels you got, mate? What falafels you got on today?
They've got a vegan sandwich
Strawberry vanilla.
with a vegetable patty, rocket, tomatoes, and tartare.
Ooh.
It's another word I like. This one's a good one.
Tomatoes tartare. Mm.
Now, is this a poke bowl? Is that how you
bowl.
say it? Poke bowl.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Yep.
Poke bowl.
With rice, a quinoa pate,
Quinoa.
pate, quinoa.
Keep going.
I'm not a
I'm looking forward to this next bit. Go on, say that one. Come on, you can say it.
Edamame beans.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Oh,
close
thank
enough.
you. Tomato tartare and pineapple and an exotic fruit salad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exotic. That means star fruit.
Mango.
Star fruit.
I am always suspicious of vegetable patties because I've had vegetable patties that have been absolutely delicious and I've had vegetable patties that have made me gag. And there's really no way of knowing when it's
Until
just
you taste
when
it.
it's a grey slab.
That could be
what
said
it's
of
gonna
any
be.
food that's grey and pate like.
Yeah, I suppose so. The Alsace region, we've got sauerkraut, quiche Lorraine, pretzel, and apple tart.
Ooh.
I would like that. I would like that region.
I like,
There's also
like
wines
all
and
of them.
I do.
beers that we're not mentioning here as well, isn't there?
Oh yeah, they've nearly all got regional wines and beers, but it just goes
Bottled
red
beer
wine,
for
white wine.
€5 though is considerably less than buying a pint, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I don't know what that is. Is it Belgium?
I would say that's Belgique, but they've put a C in by
Yeah,
accident.
Belgique.
But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It sounds like it 'cause it's
It
got
also-
Belgique.
French
Belgique.
fries.
No, no,
Belchie.
it says fresh fries.
Oh, fresh fries.
Fresh fries.
Fresh
raw,
fries.
raw potato sticks.
None of them stale
Fricandel
fries.
sausage with fresh fries.
Fresh fries again.
Prawn and cheese croquettes.
Must be correct.
Liege waffle with sugar. Liege waffle with Nutella or
Or
jam.
jam. Ooh.
Liege waffle with salted caramel. Speculoos dessert.
Speculoos.
Cooked in beef fat. I've no idea what it is, but when you say my desserts,
Well,
cooked in beef
speculoos-
fat.
Especially
like
those
a-
biscuits,
it's like
aren't they? Like the yeah,
It's like a
those
Christmas
caramelly, gingery biscuits, aren't they?
Christmas biscuit.
You get them with
Oh
your
no,
coffee.
you get me a little packet with the coffee.
Yeah.
They're overrated.
Cooked
I
in
like
beef
'em.
fat.
Don't get me wrong, I'll eat it, but people go, "Oh, I love them." I'm like, well, they're all right.
Right, let's
delete the bistro.
Delate. La bistro delate. A cone of dry cured sausage slices.
Oh,
now this
that sounds awesome.
this is what I
You nearly
want
said
from
a
Disneyland.
cone of Christ then.
This is what I want from Disneyland Paris is some weird, never thought of presentation of random. Do you know what it is? It's when it's the day before your food shop and you look in the fridge and all you've got left is the leftover bit of sausage from the.
Yeah, and a cone.
Yeah, and you think, I've nothing to go with this. I'm just going to wrap it in that. I don't want to do the washing up, so I'm going to wrap it in greaseproof paper and I'm going to have that. A cone of cured copper. Any guesses?
Some kind of meat.
Someone will
again?
tell us in the chat. Well, yeah.
A cone of cheese.
Cone of cheese.
Cone of cheese.
I'm assuming is that going to be like a Dairy Triangle, but in a cone shape?
It's all cones of things.
Because we are missing a lot of la vache qui rit at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of laughing cow about. It's almost disappeared.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Britannia.
The day the laughter died.
It's saying buckwheat pancake. Now I'm going to sound like I know what I'm on about now. Is that a galette? It's a savoury pancake, isn't it?
Okay.
That's okay. So
This is
savoury
difficult.
crepe. Yeah.
This is a hard segment.
With duck breast fillets.
We've never looked so ignorant or xenophobic.
I know. It's just I'm not a foodie. Emmental cheese and duck breast fillet and coquette.
They're gonna have butt.
I think
put
there's
down.
spelling errors in this as well. I think that's meant to be rocket. Anyway, ham and cheese galette, a goat's cheese galette
Cock it.
with. Honestly, I think the spelling error is just to really trip us up. Goat's
I'm
cheese
sure fresh fries are a thing.
with honey and walnut and rocket. That sounds like.
Or coquette.
That sounds delicious.
Because it says cock it again.
Crepe with sugar, crepe with Nutella. Very good. Right. Have we got. How is there? crystallised eclair, and a treat of the moment.
Treats of the moment.
Amber Heard left one of those in Johnny Depp's bed. Did you read about it?
Treats of the moment.
A treat of the moment.
Treats. It says treats of the moment.
Very
Treats
nice.
of the
Treats.
moment.
Treats of the moment.
Plural.
I've googled fresh fries and I'm getting nothing.
Okay. Did you mean French fries?
And did you
Yes.
mean rocket, not cock it? I hope so. Right, well, that all sounds
Oh,
delicious.
croquette.
I have seen enough dishes there where I could have 1, maybe 2 full meals.
I've got enough questions that I probably wouldn't go up and buy anything without having seen the food first.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I'd probably chicken out and go to a cowboy cookout.
When we went to Japan, they, for Gaijin like
Kona
us,
chips.
they would, all the menus were in Japanese, like not just could you not read it, but you couldn't read it, you know. And so they had picture menus that they'd bring out, especially for us ignorant people. And they'd show it to you, and it would just be like a plate of grey, a plate of grey, and a plate of grey, and you would have no idea what you were ordering. It was really quite terrifying. You just go, that one, please. No idea what anything
And hope that
was.
whatever it is, it's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You should say,
exactly.
Osasumi wa nan desu ka. Or something like that, which means like, what would you recommend?
Ah, well remembered.
No, I've got it up on my phone.
Oh, well done.
I have said it before, but I was once reading from the guidebook in Japan, and I was reading that to Lucy, and I just went, Oishikata! And the guy collecting the dishes, he was like, oh, thank you. Because I just said that was delicious. But what I had was, we went into an Italian restaurant in Japan, and it was rubbish. And I had like the most basic, well, it was something nearing a spaghetti bolognese, and it was just okay. But I'd said, Oishikata!
Right, I'm moving on. Is
Move
that
on.
Good. All right, those menus were courtesy of laughingplace.com. I was going to credit them because I got the menus off, and now I'm not too sure because I'm fairly sure there's spelling errors in there. But if you want to check those out, go on to laughingplace.com. They've also put more furniture and plants in Plaster Remy, which is good because I've been to the food festivals before and it's great, but then you just end up perching by a fence with a plate full of stuff. Yeah. Right. Photo 1, please.
Photo 1, please.
This is our new merchandise line entitled Remix.
Where's this from?
Featuring Retro 1992. This is from Disneyland Media.
I love a bit. I can't believe that the early 90s is now like a nostalgic thing.
Chic.
Because I remember like
Retro
just like about 10 years later looking back and thinking that will never come back in. But now when I go to Discoveryland, I just, I'm like, oh, it's that early 90s aesthetic that I really like.
There's a Manchester-style fishing hat there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a festival bucket hat.
Mad for Euro.
For
Disney.
those who
A mad hatter
are
for it.
listening, not watching, it's all primary colour, 1992, blocky,
Now,
graphic-y.
to be truly like early 90s retro, there would be a dark green in there too, wouldn't there? I'm telling you, it was like primary colours plus a dark green was like big. I mean, all the Disney stationery in the early 90s was that, but there's no green here. But it looks a bit more contemporary, taking that green out.
Are you showing us this so that we can all see what nobody's going to be able to get hold of when they go to Disneyland Paris for their trips?
That's the worry. It's released June the 7th. When's that? Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's released on Tuesday. So if you're there before Friday, you might stand a chance.
Because those ears are quite nice, aren't they?
They've released retro 1992 stuff, I say before, sort of earlier this year, haven't they? And it's come and gone.
There was a Spirit jersey, wasn't there, earlier in the year? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't that a Spirit jersey there, that Euro Disney one?
I'm really...
Is that a denim jacket up in the top corner?
Oh, I
with
hope
like-
so.
With like like sweatpant type sleeves?
Like almost like a letter jacket
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
almost.
I would buy that
That's a
Spirit
Spirit
jersey.
jersey, isn't it?
If that's a Spirit jersey, I
I do
would
like
buy
that
a
it says
Spirit
Euro
jersey.
Disney on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a message today of someone saying, like an old friend of ours saying, "Oh, just let you know, my mate's girlfriend makes ears in case you're interested," and he called it Euro Disney. He said, "Oh, I think they've got an annual pass to Euro Disney, and that's when you can spot a noob. Is when they call it Euro Disney." Sometimes I laugh at them and I go, "It hasn't been called that since when? 90."
Not very long.
99 or
Yeah.
something
Something
like
like
that.
that. Like you say, I'm called that for 20 years, and they go, really?
And then it was Disneyland Resort Paris.
Was it sooner than that?
And then they got rid of the resort. I was in the shop in the Beach Club in Walt Disney World, and they had...
All right, stop rubbing it in that you've been to Walt Disney World. Gee.
But they had a trivia board, and guests were sort of invited to stop and try do the trivia. And I'd left Hugh and Bonnie by the pool, and I was desperate to do it, and somebody else was doing it at the time. But I kind of overheard her answers, and you know when you're like jumping up and down screaming because people don't know answers, and it was... How
It
many
was 94.
How many Disney parks are there worldwide? And she says, oh, well, I know there's 4 here. And then she went, and then is there one in Euro Disneyland? And I'm like, going,
It was 94 when they changed the name.
94.
Yeah, I thought it
Super
was.
quick, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's, yes.
So that's because that's what I used to say. I used to go, it was only called that for like 2 years. And they go, really? Imagine still thinking it's called Euro Disney. But that's why I love this spirit jersey, because it really confused people.
Yeah.
Confused the noobs.
I like it. I would be there for that. They've already got the glasses from this range in Erebus Brothers. They get their finger in everything, those Erebus Brothers, don't they?
Sarah's going on Monday. She's loving that spirit jersey.
Ooh.
I wonder what's on the rest of it. It'll mostly just be that, won't it?
So, yeah.
Would it have something on the other arm?
Would it have Paris on? I don't think it would, but I think I'd like that if it was lopsided. I think it would make it a bit quirky.
It's cool, isn't it?
This
is cool merch.
This is good. Well done, Paris.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, where are we?
What next, boss?
What next? Right, I've got a couple of honourable mentions before we go on to the meat, the main course.
Ooh.
Those were your appetizers.
Magical by
Got
Sarah was
entrees
born
coming.
in 92, so she's going to need this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Magical by Sarah, and you've got all your 30s to come. It must be so nice. Do you know what happened last week, Chris?
What happened last week?
I turned 40 years old.
Oh, now you're rubbing in the fact that I've forgotten your birthday present. Well, I haven't. It just hasn't arrived yet. I've ordered it, but I haven't got it yet, so I can't bring it. Next week. I can't wait for you to see it. I hope you like it.
Oh, really sweet.
I hope you like it.
Right, worthy of note. Photo 2, please, Chris.
Oh.
If we're on about a cone of sausage, this is what I want to see from snacks at Disneyland Paris. Okay.
Is that a cup of cereal?
No. What it is it's an acai snack pot. It's a frozen acai. Is that how you say that?
I think that's a soft C, if it's got an accent under it. Acai.
Acai.
Yeah.
Which is, I like to look it up. It's a type of berry. Frozen acai mix, topped with cornflakes and blueberries.
It just looked like blueberries and cornflakes.
Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure what's under there. I was trying to find out. I think it's kind of
frozen.
It appears yogurty,
Soft cheese.
Yeah, it appears yogurty, but I think it's like an ice creamy type thing. But it's not sweet and ice creamy. But I love this because it goes right along with the vegetables and cheese that you can get.
It looks like it might be a nice cup. Yeah, but it seems to have the Mickey ears on it.
Are you polishing that turd there, Huey?
I guess I am.
Do you not worry when it comes to blueberries though? Because if blueberries are sweet, they're really nice. But if they're not nice, they're like powdery and slimy and horrible, and they can be a real letdown. Blueberries. I would never choose to have them
it's
because
the
of that.
cornflakes that confuse me. But I really, really love that Disneyland Paris. This is what they do. I really feel like I'm.
It's their thing.
Yeah, I'm visiting a different culture and.
But this is nobody's culture.
Bathing
surely.
in their quirks
Surely
and
this is
weirdnesses.
nobody's culture.
Well, that's it.
What,
I mean,
a paper cup of blueberries and cornflakes.
Diced vegetables and cheese.
I'm going to rub it in again, Chris, where we've just come back from Disney World where you're talking cookies and muffins and ice creams on every corner and Dole Whips of every flavour and just things that you recognise. And then Disneyland Paris go, we'll show you Disney World. We've got a new snack, a brand new snack, and it's coming to Frontierland and it's can be served at the Critter Corral, and it is berries and cornflakes.
Put it this way, we don't even know if it's rocket or cocket. That's how vague all this is.
Crockett.
And
It could be Crockett.
I think that's quite an important distinction, personally.
Andrew Palmer says, "Do you get a spoon?"
Do you know, it's all paper straws in Disney World, but the amount of plastic everywhere else, it's unreal.
It's ridiculous.
And it's like, that's it, is it? Oh, great, you don't use plastic straws or plastic lids on the cups, that's another thing. But then you go into your resort room and the cupboard's full of cutlery in plastic, and it's plastic cutlery in the plastic, and there's just waste everywhere you look, and everything you get given is covered in plastic.
And like a muffin isn't served to you in a paper bag; it's served to you in a big plastic container.
And the number of we've literally come back with like a dozen or more plastic carrier bags, you know, because they just quickly just put it in the bag before you've even they don't ask you, would you like a bag like here where you get charged. They shove it in a bag and give it to you. Bags coming out of our ears. We've got. Do you want one?
Faye Davis says her little boy Teddy would love that, berries and cornflakes.
Do you know what else would love it?
Faye, you've done a good job of bringing your child
Can we
up,
guess?
because Bonnie would not touch that with a barge pole.
You can guess if you like.
Ollie. No.
Well, Ollie might eat that. No, I was more thinking if you attach like a thing to either side of it, it'd make quite a nice nose bag for a horse.
Wow.
Right.
Chris says nay.
Couple of. Do you remember this thing happened a couple of years ago and the world shut down and then everything went weird?
yeah.
And it's slowly been creeping.
Luckily, it turned out to be nothing.
It's slowly been creeping back to normality to the point where I forget there's still things that aren't normal.
Monkeypox. So we still need to watch out.
Yeah.
Well, the news this week is they've turned the water fountains back on. And they've brought back paper park maps. Paper park maps.
Ooh.
Which apparently they didn't have till this week. But I've been so eye off the ball with this kind of thing. I'm like, oh, there's still stuff like that going on. There.
Well,
That's news.
That was
blimey.
the news.
There's
now,
loads of other pictures though, isn't there? So
And
what
now
else
the
do
There
we
is.
talk about?
There is. So, here's the big thing. We missed this last week. We all missed
There
this,
are.
really, because
I couldn't do it with Lucas. It wouldn't have worked for me to have talked about all this with Lucas. It would
He
have just
wouldn't
ended
have
up being me
context,
talking
would-
constantly,
yeah.
and it would have been too much.
He would have been just looking at your board.
And we
Yeah.
weren't well informed enough to do it from
there. No.
there. You did a little teaser.
I did like Chris's video because when it comes down to it, like the announcement of the date, there's not much else to say, is there? Other than, well, that's the date that.
And at the time, I didn't have anything else either.
Avengers Campus is coming.
Should we tell you what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Avengers Campus has got a date now to open on 20th of July. And that video you did, Chris,
I just thought, well, I'm going to do like a TikTok because you can do short videos on YouTube now.
Yeah.
we complimented it, but I don't think we could fully emphasise from over the Atlantic. Bonnie giggled, took the phone off us, and then watched it on loop with a face like that.
Oh, that's why it's got 15 views.
She loved it. She absolutely loved it. Anyway, so there you go.
I managed to do a bit of Avengers music as well in there. I was quite pleased with it.
So I've just got so many bullet points under here of things that are happening, things that we've learnt in the last fortnight, things that have been confirmed, pictures we've got, all sorts. So I'm just going to rattle through some of it. And some of these are more important than others. So this first one is a bit not very good.
Some girls are bigger than others.
They've covered up Lights Motors Action with a big sort of themed tarp with a big grey swirl on it. So
Stunt show.
we now know for definite, I think we kind of knew for definite anyway, that it's not going to be reopening as part of this new expansion in any form. It's just been like blocked off and boom, and it's disappeared behind a random geometric shape. But the tarp actually looks well themed to the rest of the architecture around it. It doesn't just look like
Great tarp.
Yeah. They've got new signs added to the guest parking walkway, basically just advertising it as you go in above you.
Nice.
AP events are going to be announced on the 15th of June.
Wow.
I am keeping my eye out for those.
I bet you are.
Unlikely, unfortunately, that I will be able to go because of work and things like this. I mean, thing is, Hugh and Bonnie can't go. And I haven't said this.
I'll drive you.
I haven't said this to Hugh, but basically, I am seriously thinking of getting someone to cover my Wednesday classes because my Tuesday and Thursdays can be rearranged, and just like doing a hit and run myself and seeing how much it would cost me. But I think it's going to be out of my price range. We will see. They've revealed the fantastic. Is this one? Have I got a photo for this one, Chris?
No, I haven't seen a photo for this.
Right, good. That's fine. The fantastic food truck sponsored by Coca-Cola, which is a big red truck and serves New York-style hot dogs, vegan sausages, cheesecake on a stick. I am intrigued by the concept of cheesecake on a stick because in my experience, it's not structurally the soundest kind of cake.
But have you ever had Laughing Cow cheesecake? Maybe it's a bit thicker and
thick
more
as a brick.
flatty.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be chocolate coated, won't it? Probably. Whatever it is.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
I had a key lime lolly on a stick in Disney World in 2019. Remember that? And that's basically like...
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's cheesecake consistency, but it was wrapped in a blue, like a chocolate, like a set chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
So they could do that kind of thing.
They could. But this
Petition
is...
for Lucy to go alone and give us a showcase.
I will sign that petition. Just chop my own hands off to do that.
That's
what am I going
from
to say?
Sarah, that was from
This looks just like all the other food trucks in Production Courtyard, and I worry it won't be open. However, because it is stationed in the new land and there are going to be crowds there, and they've like designed new uniforms for the cast members, I think they'll want someone to wear them, so it might stay open for a couple of months, and then we'll see.
Are they going to have Holidays Are Coming playing at Christmas outside it?
I hope they do.
It does look like that. It
I hope
does.
they do.
It does. Right. Photo number 3, please, Chris.
I'd love to hear
Yes,
that
boss.
in the park. It'd be exciting. Holidays are coming.
This is your rethemed / imagined Restaurant de Cascadeur. We have debated what was going to happen to it. We didn't think they'd get rid of it because it was already themed correctly. And basically, I think they've just changed the sign from what I can tell. Hugh, can you see any major changes?
It's open.
Well, there's now there's tables in front of it. The tables used to be around the back, didn't they?
Yeah, around the side in a kind of a dirty paved area.
It was nice back there. You
It
say
wasn't
that.
nice. It wasn't.
It was because it was quiet and tucked away. You wouldn't know the
Yeah,
rest
but it
of
was
the
just on
park
like
was
this
there.
in this grey courtyard in the
Well,
hot sun.
That just describes all of the Walt Disney Studios at the time, doesn't it? This is
Yeah.
going to be much better.
If
This
it looks
tree-
exactly like this picture, which like they always have more greenery than is present in real life,
Yeah.
and it always looks way nicer in the concept. So I hope they have this amount of greenery. It's not loads, is it? But you can see a few trees dotted about.
Well, it's going to be rebranded as the Super Diner. And now,
Super diner.
I hope they do.
the only information
What's
I
it
have...
in Avengers?
Reuben sandwich. Oh,
Oh, what is it?
it's in the end credit scene, isn't it? Come on, somebody knows.
We'll go
Somebody
out
knows.
I want to do it before they tell us.
Shawarma.
Shawarma. Has someone said it?
Oh,
yes,
Harry,
shawarma.
you're right there with us.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Shawarma.
Oh, sorry, I can't see the end from here. Right, it's the only information I could get was Reuben sandwiches as takeaway only, but we can see actual seats there. What is a Reuben sandwich? Can you Google Reuben sandwich, Huey?
Yeah.
Thank you. So I don't know if that's just like they're serving lots of other things, but you can only have your Reuben
According
sandwich
to
as a takeaway.
Google, it's food.
Toasted sandwich.
good.
It says there, Reuben sandwich, food. Yeah,
Excellent.
it's North American grilled sandwich composed of corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, and Thousand Island dressing or Russian dressing grilled between slices of rye bread. That sounds great.
Does sound really good, does that?
It
Yes,
sounds a
please.
bit divisive, though, doesn't
Hugh,
it? I don't
you
think
should
that's going
mark
to be
that
for
up,
everyone.
and that can be something you can make for us one day on the show.
Yeah, you
Ah,
can make that.
make a Reuben
Corned
sandwich.
beef. Is corned beef the same everywhere? I imagine in America it's not the same as our corned beef.
What do you expect?
I don't know, just like...
More flavour.
I don't know.
Flipping love corned
I
beef.
love corned beef.
I always forget about it, but it's...
We're
I
corned beef
might...
people.
Huey, I am going to put a tin of corned beef on our online shop this week. How do you feel about that?
I need to cut down on red meat again, and we've had 2 weeks of serious red meatage.
Oh, okay. It'll just be for me and I'll eat it in front of
Red
you.
raw meat.
Right, now then.
Caitlin loves a Reuben. We met Caitlin's friend.
Oh, we did meet your friend,
you did.
Caitlin,
Victoria.
and she was
I'm
lovely.
not sure if we'd forgotten or we didn't know that you were friends with Victoria from Vault Disney.
And we had a photo like that.
Yeah, we met him in Club Cool in Epcot.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go.
And the little daughter Alice.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was
that's
very
so
nice.
nice. You met lots of people, didn't you?
We met some vloggers.
Yeah.
We saw Molly from All Ears queuing to get into Epcot, and we actually beat her in even though she was there first. And that's one of the problems. In my video when I upload it, I'm gonna do a little diagram with Zum-Zums of why the queuing is wrong in America.
With Zum-Zums?
With Zum-Zums,
I can't
yeah.
wait.
And I have 3 specific scenarios, and every time we got shafted.
Oh.
No, but in that case, we didn't get shafted.
No, but but this is the thing. Like, she was waiting before us, and we got in before her. And I was saying, like, isn't that weird that she's like, she comes here all the time, but we beat her in. And Lucy said, not really.
I don't think she was noodling.
We
on
also
her phone. I
saw
don't think
we
she
also saw
noticed.
another quite famous vlogger. I won't name them because I'm about to slag him off. And I went up to him again. It was in Epcot, and I said, "Oh, let's call him Brian." I said, "Oh, Brian, we love your show. We watch it every night."
He was lovely.
Which is true. Well, no, on paper he didn't do anything wrong. And he said, "Oh, that's awesome," but his eyes were already looking past me, and then he just kind of walked past me. Like, and now I wasn't saying anything particularly fascinating that would make him stop and go, "Oh, tell me more." But it's just the fact that his eyes, like, glossed over me. The thing is, I was embarrassed. I'm not angry at him. I was embarrassed that I was so uninteresting that there was nothing for him to say in response.
I will defend him because he is quite a big vlogger, and I think that he must
will.
walk through Epcot and get 20 people saying that.
Yeah, he will.
And he smiled and he looked and he was polite and he nodded, but he's not going to stop and chat with everyone.
No.
Okay.
There was just a slight vibe where I thought, "Oh, you're not that bothered, are you?" It's a bit of an act in it, pal.
Okay, so right, the next 5 photos are just merch. You can scroll through them at your leisure and we'll chat. Look, we've got
Jacket.
a jacket with some like patches on. I'm not entirely sure if we're looking at the patches and the pins or the jacket itself.
That ain't the jacket, surely.
Okay.
They're not pins, are they? They're patches.
Oh, I just want
I've been there
to add, we did speak to Molly and she was lovely. From all
Yes.
ears.
So we've got Flight Force patches on kind of a grey baseball-y jacket there. Looking good. An Avengers Campus pin.
That's
looks
a big
sturdy,
pin.
doesn't it?
It's a
That
big
Looks
pin.
substantial.
That is big.
You could slash someone with that.
Looks
That-
like it's made of vibranium.
That'll be a $17.99 pin right there.
Yeah, what colour's that? Yellow. The sticker colours.
Oh, I don't know.
Next one.
Yep. And we've got a Web Enterprises
Cap.
cap.
Bit boring.
Yeah, it's fine. I think you're going to see a lot of this
It's
web
grey
stuff.
with a techie looking logo on it.
Now, there's nothing
Do
wrong
me
with
for
it.
my son problems with my head.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with it, and it's the correct logo for the thing that it's doing. But for me, I'm probably not going to buy anything with that on it because it's too corporate looking and chunky.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, but I mean, I don't think the designers have done a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is, and it's not for me.
Sarah says it could be a magnet, that thing we just looked at.
Oh, yeah.
Could be.
That's possible.
That's
Yeah,
Size,
could
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Next one.
Yep. This is a pin.
That is a pin, yeah.
And I quite like that.
Genius.
I will be buying a pin from Avengers Campus. It's just a case of what they've got on offer at the time, and if that's it, I will buy that.
Aaron's saying the pins recently have felt huge. I saw one in one of the pin shops in Frontierland at Walt Disney World, and it was a pop one, and I think it was of the Yeti from over in Animal Kingdom, and it was as big as your hand. It was massive, and they're kind of getting like to novelty size now. Some of these pin badges.
It's not very practical, that though, is it?
No, it looks like
you want to trade.
looks like it would like really like hang and sag on your clothes. Was that big?
It's meant for wall decoration. They're not pin badges in the traditional sense. I've got quite a few of them. They keep bringing them out, and some of them are like $30. You know.
Aaron again. Sorry, Aaron. We keep picking on you. Is saying it's a specific sandwich, isn't it? Reuben from Lilo and Stitch. Stitch's favourite.
Ah, there you go. Just on the merchandise, because I know we've not got any other pictures of this, have we? But I'm assuming, and I can't remember if I've seen pictures or not, there'll be the web slinger
Yes,
things,
there is.
shooter things. So if it's like California, there's a Spider-Man one and an Iron Man one, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, there might be more than one of them. So there'll be those, and also the Spider Bots as well. You can buy, can't you?
And I saw there was like a dozen photographs, and I just kind of picked the first 5 and thought, "Oh, look through it." But I saw one of those things that seemed to go over the top.
Yeah.
And then I saw a smaller one that looked a bit full hand. So I don't know which is the one that you use on the ride, because I think the smaller one is the one I recognise from the ride. The one that goes over the top, like a gauntlet.
Yeah,
that's the word.
I think
else.
possibly they both have the same thing, but slightly different functions and stuff. But I can't remember. I've seen some of the ones from California before, but it was a long time ago.
And yeah, actually there weren't photos of this when I was looking for, but I presume they're also getting the little robot.
Yeah,
things.
in the pictures of the actual store, but again, I think it was concept art. There were the bots about as well, so I think you can buy those as well. Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And then we do get a Spirit jersey.
Go on. Go on.
But, which I do like that, but it's black, and you know me, I'm a rainbow. I don't wear black. I'm just selfish. I'm thinking for myself. Could this be the type of thing that would tempt either of you boys into a Spirit jersey?
Well, it is a guy wearing it in the picture, and are they sort of? Do you think of them as more of a ladies' item, Chris?
Yes,
I do.
Yeah, it's not something I would wear. I mean, I don't wear a lot in the way of sweaters and stuff anyway.
I don't like the fit of them, with those baggy arms. But yeah, it looks cool though. It's got Avengers in blue and then Campus in big white underneath, and then Disneyland Paris underneath that. It does look kind of neat.
Yeah, groovy.
I'd take it as a T-shirt though. I wouldn't wear a Spirit jersey personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be T-shirts.
Yeah,
of
T-shirt
it,
with
probably.
that branding on it. I'd go for. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So we have a photo of the character cast. So this is, if you could see photo number 9. This is pretty much presumed who they have to do, well, everything. So you'll have some of those will be meet and greets, some of those are going to be stunt performers, some of those are going to be doing various theatre things, which I have got details of, I'll go through in a second. But this is a pretty good and thorough lineup. Given the problems they have with rights, particularly in the US, there's an east-west of the Mississippi situation going on over there. This is good. Who have we got? We've got Iron Man and Captain Marvel, but then we've got the Falcon as Captain America. So that's very current with the canon.
Ant-Man and Wasp, is that?
Ant-Man and Wasp, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, small in the back. Thor, Black Panther.
Bombay!
Who's next to Black Panther with the stick?
One of his
Dorian Milaje is in the front.
One of his pals.
I can't tell.
I think they all are the
Wakandan warrior people, isn't it?
Yeah,
You've got the Guardian. You've got
Star-Lord and Gamora.
Star-Lord and Gamora
Now,
at the back.
I've seen some of their meet and greets
Oh,
in
and
America, and
Loki.
they do dance-offs and stuff, don't they?
I'm getting
absolutely superb.
Get into that. You've got Loki in the back. You've got Doctor Strange. You've got Black Widow, Spider-Man in the front. So there's a good mix of who you want there.
One or two, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think that's an
No War
impressive.
Machine.
Well, this is who they've got in their arsenal. And I presume what I've loved the most coming out of California is the way that when certain things happen on Disney Plus, characters change costume in the park, particularly when Loki went from being Loki to being prison Loki. It's not prison, is it? Where was he? You know what I mean. Just things like that. So I think that there could be more surprises to come. They could have a Disney Plus character we don't even know about yet, who's just going to suddenly burst onto the screen.
Miss Marvel, for instance.
Sarah
Ms.
says.
Marvel. Ms. Marvel.
Sarah says great female representation.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you
I did
for
a
noting
quick count.
that.
I think it's 8 guys and 7 women.
That's good.
I might have miscounted, but it's something like that.
Yes, Claire, TVA.
TVA, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's who we've got, and I need my thumbprint to get my iPad back up.
Thanks for the info.
Thank you.
Listeners,
So-
rejoice.
Some of those will be used for photo number 10. This is the rooftop stunt show. So I'm really glad we're getting this because we've seen things like this go on in California again. It's just good to know that it's confirmed and it's happening. So this is not going to be a theatre show that you have to queue up to get into to see the stunt show as it was during the Summer of Superheroes. This is actually just happening in the park on a rooftop. You just stop and watch. Now, I think that that's Black Widow, Black Panther, and who are they fighting?
Is it Taskmaster from
Does
Black Widow?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it could be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But what worries me a bit is it's not Spider-Man. And if you've seen the Spider-Man Acro animatronic, I was really hoping we'd get that.
Yeah, I was.
I'm not saying we won't,
Yeah, I was hoping that we'd see that.
but there's not been evidence of it in the promo material, which is a bit of a
Faces.
shame.
Faces. Do you know if they'll have Captain America? My
Ah.
little boy loves him.
Ah.
We did meet him last summer. It's whether or not they have him and Sam as Captain America.
Yeah, because in the current phase, as far as the MCU is concerned, Captain America's gone.
Yeah.
But they are getting around this with multiverse things, because if
Yeah.
we go to number 11, we've got a portal. Now, this gateway portal is how these Avengers are getting from the California campus to the Paris campus to do the training.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
So they really could be able to go and get us a massive chocolate bar then if we
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
answer to it.
yeah.
Picking up a slight accent as they go, though.
But in all seriousness, there's some canon going on there that I haven't got details of in front of me, and it is quite detailed. But where Tony Stark set up a thing, and this is how they've done the thing, and there's a whole canon. But I believe that there's going to be a certain time travel multiverse element to it, so that they can get round stuff like this
Interesting, yeah.
when they need to or want to, and as tastes change, and because I believe we're still going to get some new films that are not happening chronologically, and they're going to want to promote them.
Well, it's interesting. I was reading about Baku and the issues they got with that, and the changes that they're making in California, so that now it's not all first order stuff.
Batu.
Yes.
Batu, sorry, not Baku.
Yeah.
And to get around that, and this is a really good way for them to be able to get around.
Yeah,
They've got this
because
immersive land that's
time
in one period of
travel's
time.
not really a thing in Star Wars, is it? Although
No.
people say, well, in Rebels or something,
Grasping.
there's something in Clone Wars or something where there's some kind of place you can go, and it's a bit of a time travel cave. But I can't imagine them dragging that out for Star Wars. They just need to just say, "Oh, let's just go back," and because people,
I'm so excited.
the people want to see Vader, don't they?
I'm
That's
so
exactly
excited.
that was the point that they were making.
Yeah.
People want to see Vader, and you go
And
to Batu,
Luke.
and Vader isn't there.
No,
But they can fix that very easily in California, but they reckon it's a harder thing to fix in Walt Disney
because
World.
Kylo Ren is a poor man's Vader, and that's how he's kind of presented in the film, isn't he? He's a wannabe Vader.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing a wannabe Vader in the parks, and it'd be so much more popular if you could go and see Darth.
Yep.
Right.
Especially now that he's coming back.
There
Obi-Wan.
will also be interactions. There was another photo that I didn't include because I thought it was getting too many photos. But now that you brought it up, they are doing dance-offs with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they show them on. It's not a stage exactly, but they appear to have their own staging area, as it were. So yeah, you're going to get the Guardians of the Galaxy dancing. It's very character heavy, which is as it should be for what it is. But it also makes crowd control quite difficult, unless these are queued up meets and greets, which we're used to seeing, which I don't think there will be, because it'll
They'll
stop
just pull a couple of
stop
people,
how
and
kinetic
that in
they
itself
are.
will bring in a crowd, won't it?
Yeah. Right.
They'll
And
turn up in that car and like jump out of it.
oh, hey. We've learnt something about the training centre, which was the meet and greet location. And we were taking the mickey out of the promo photos because everyone was doing Karate Kid jumping. But it turns out they're going to have 27 hidden cameras so that you can get a Matrix-style freeze frame
On
of
your
your
photo pass.
of your training on your photo pass.
Love it.
They will be upping the price of photo pass for that. But that is so worth a meet and greet to
Yeah,
me.
that sounds fun.
That sounds so good. And it makes more sense when I'm like, oh, so you're going to go in and do some training and wave your arms around. And I'm not up for that. But now, up for it.
We've been out nerded in the chat by Caitlin and Claire, who were referencing the World Between Worlds that was in Rebels, which is the time travelling that I referred to a second ago.
There we are.
Right, photo number 12. You've been asking, boys, Are we going to get a giant chocolate bar?
Howie Eck, come on.
Massive pretzel.
It appears to be a no. I might be wrong, but it appears to be a no.
Really big bit of
This
blue bread.
is the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? Because we know that everything's missized, it's really hard to get scale on that. Like those burgers, are they sliders?
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
which is the base size on which we can take it as a reference for everything else?
Think back to the concept art of the pretzel on the naan bread hanger.
Yeah.
That hanger thing is about the size of what you get an naan bread on, so it's probably about the height of what this.
And that's about normal pretzel
yeah, maybe
size.
slightly bigger than normal.
I
but
think
not massively
those
oversized.
jars will be those beakers are drinks, aren't they?
Yeah,
So it's about cup sized. So
Mm.
I'm using that as my reference
Yeah,
point.
good one.
So you've got
Good reference point.
teeny tiny burgers, and then that like marble cake thing is presumably meant to be a massive something.
Yeah, and then there's a mini one next
But
to
it's-
it.
but it's
Lucas had a
been
theory
sliced
about
up.
this because I was showing it the other day. He said, I bet what'll happen is you'll see a small pretzel and it'll go into a machine.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
And then a big one will come out, and he said,
Yep.
but they'll just drop the small ones into the bottom, and then they'll probably just throw those out at the end of the day. I was like, yeah, that's how it'll work.
They could probably just do like I thought about this last time, like a loop, just
that's exactly- yeah.
2 loops going round, and then they kind of intercepted in the middle, so it looks like it's passing through, and it'll just be that on an endless
Now-
loop.
On a buffet, just bearing in mind that filled pretzel there that is massive in comparison to everything else. Do you get one of those on the buffet?
That'll be sliced up.
Oh, will it be sliced up?
That's
Yeah.
there for show, isn't it? But when you
Yeah.
actually pick it up off, you'll be getting little sandwich-sized bits, which is fine because that's all you'd eat it as anyway.
Could they have made those to be an A, the Avengers logo, rather than just pretzel shaped?
It wouldn't be a pretzel then. No, I don't think so. Not necessary.
I don't think they need to.
Wow, shot down to pieces. I thought it was a good note.
No,
What
not
else
having
can we see? What's that behind Hugh's shoulder on there?
That's a sandwich, isn't it? And chips.
It's just a
Looks
little
like
sandwich. Do you think those chips will be like shoestring thin?
Oh, I hope so. They're the best.
To make,
You
yeah,
get
to
those
make
at
'em-
Gourmet Burger Co. and they're brilliant.
Oh.
Mm.
And they've got, again, other photos I didn't include. They've got the small beer flight
Yeah.
with the little quarter beers.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
It looks fun.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, it does.
Unfortunately, it doesn't appear
Just
to have a chocolate bar
want
on
that
it.
massive chocolate bar.
No.
Now, next one is, this is your Stark Factory. And as nice as the presentation is, this is quick service pizza and pasta.
They said create your own though in the bump for it.
Right,
Create
maybe.
your own pizza and pasta. So that implies that you can choose what
So a bit
toppings and stuff you want.
Vapiano's-ish.
Well, maybe, but then how are they going to do that in a quick service?
I know.
It's not going to work,
do you know
is
what?
it?
I don't even want that. I just want to go in and it's say, 4 or 5 different options. I'd pick one. I don't want to stand there going, I want this, I want that. I'm not that bothered about. This is that like illusion, like on advertising or on Big Brother, where they were really keen about 20 years ago to go, you decide. On now on adverts, it's always do it your way, have it your way. I'm not bothered. Just give me something. I'm not bothered about my way.
I like the bowls. I like the bowls.
They do look good bowls.
Yeah, great bowls. Great bowls, guys. Great
Great
bowls.
bowls of fire. And the butter
Um,
looks nice as well. They think the butter looks nice. I'm
yeah.
assuming that's what it is.
But
Or is it a
it's,
bread roll?
Someone says it looks like fresh fries.
if you go to Bella
That
Notte
was
in
Sam said that.
in
Yeah.
Disneyland Park, you get puffy pizza and a couple of options of pasta
Yeah,
there.
you do.
Yeah.
And,
We've never been in.
As much no, because both the pastas have got tomato in them, and Lucy cannot eat. But yeah, other than the bowl, I think that's all you get in here. To be honest,
If you're going in there though, you're going in because you want to go and see that massive Hulkbuster armor and
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're hungry.
We needed another quick stop, didn't we? So-
Absolutely.
Yeah, this will do me. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that.
Yeah, and it's different to what they do in Studio One.
Does it seem like classic me to complain about them giving me choice?
Yes.
Which I was doing just a minute ago. I don't want choice, just give me some. I don't care. But no, it just sounds like something like that would slow the whole process down.
Yes, that's
Like,
what I thought.
yeah.
Right. There's also web.
It's like
which
34 minutes.
I appreciate that. We've got a lot to get through. There's also web, which is the Worldwide Eating Brigade, and we'll have Asian noodles and coconut balls.
Worldwide Eating Brigade.
I will be having that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's me. Asian noodles and coconut balls. Yes,
Yes.
please.
Mhm.
I've talked about the fantastic. Oh no, I haven't talked. Yes, I've talked about the fantastic food truck and the super diner. So that comes to the end of my rather sketchy knowledge of the Avengers Campus. But I just want to reiterate, because it suddenly came over me in a wave earlier. I am so excited about this,
Yeah,
Chris.
me too.
I am so excited, Hugh. Guys, I'm so excited. This is like proper kinetic, creative stuff. To do an Avengers Campus, it could have been concrete and boring, replacing concrete and boring. It could have been, but I don't think it's going to be. And I've deliberately not watched much California, so people are going to say this California, that California. I'm a Paris purist and I wanted to experience it for myself, and I will as soon as I physically can. I can promise you that. That might end up being the first week in August. I really hope it isn't, but I just get me there. Just get me there.
Yeah, and I'll be there 2 weeks after it opens.
You will?
Whatever, whether she is or not.
He's already booked. That's not fair.
Man on the ground.
Do you know what? At the moment, you guys have just got back from Walt Disney World. You must feel pretty down connected with parks and stuff. I feel about as far away from connected as I can possibly feel at the moment.
Yeah.
But the fact that we finally got the last little bits of the holiday all ironed out, and the fact that we've got these dates now and everything, I'm starting to get really, really excited about it again. I just cannot wait to get there, because I do feel really separated from it all. We were supposed to go 2 years ago, for goodness sake.
I know.
It's about time.
That's what we were everywhere we went in Disney World. I was telling the receptionists, we're meant to be here 3 years ago. 3 years we've waited for this.
Been saying
yeah,
that as well,
yeah. Right. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. Now I was gonna say
Bye then.
open up for a Q&A about Walt Disney World at the end, but we're gonna have to do that over on our Patreon after show party. So if you're a Patreon
Or in a slow news week.
Oh, yeah, let's see what this might have been everything.
It's
for
not
this
just,
week.
your only chance isn't just today.
No.
Well, I think
talk
I've got
about
a couple of trip
whenever.
reports from next week, so that could fit in quite nicely if there's nothing major.
It
couldn't
could. And yeah, they won't have announced the AP dates by next time. They said the 16th of June. They're announcing that. Do you know what I think, Chris? People.
What do you think,
People
Lucy?
of the chat, Patrick, if you can pull a few strings, I think we should get invited to the press events for this.
All
Don't
right,
you?
how do we manage that then?
I don't know. Just tell me who to talk to. I can be very persuasive. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, we can dream. We can dream. So, shall I just wrap up then?
Yeah, you can if you like. Yeah.
Nothing to add?
I think it's time.
Right. Thank you all very much for joining us. You've been
TVA
great.
are watching.
I'm sorry we haven't been quite as thorough in the chat as usual, but we've had a lot to get through. We appreciate your participation nonetheless, and I can see you all chatting amongst yourself, which is just gorgeous. So thank you all very much for coming and saying, and I will just say, I've been Lucy, these have been the boys. Good night.
And if you're on Patreon, then you can come and join us now to talk about stuff for 20 minutes. So just head over to Patreon and find it. Bye.
Bye.